Hi, I'm Jenni Carlson here with NewsOK.com with Oklahoma State Athletic Director Mike Holder. Spoke to the Edmond Rotary Club today and was gracious enough to give us a few minutes. Mike, let's talk first of all about the West End Zone. Moving along, guys have already moved into the locker room area, but what's the latest with the West End Zone?
This weekend we have a final walkthrough for the coaches level. Make sure that carpet's clean and all the paint's in. And if we sign off on it, the coaches will move in Monday. That'll be the 13th, I believe. They'll have 2 or 3 days to get moved in, and then they're hard at work getting ready for the fall football season. The last thing to be finished will be the suites on the top level. They'll be done by mid-August and plenty of time for the home opener against Georgia September 5th.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that home opener. Give us an idea of football right now. Obviously, a lot of talk about your football team nationally. Talk a little bit about what you're expecting this season.
I'm expecting a great season. 9 wins last year, probably the biggest non-conference football game in the history of OSU football when we play Georgia September 5th. That game's going to set the tone for, I think, the rest of the football season. If we can pull out a win there, I think anything's possible. I still think that we could contend for a conference championship if we didn't win that game, but it opened up a whole new spectrum of opportunities if we can win that Georgia game.
You spoke earlier today about the fact that ESPN saying Bedlam is one of the most anticipated games of the year. That's got to be a nice little feather in your cap that people are already thinking about how big the ramifications of that game could be for your football team.
Absolutely. On a local level here in the state of Oklahoma, Bedlam's always big. But to know that people are thinking about it already on a national scale, wonderful. That's good for OU, good for OSU.
As we're now in the middle of the summer and sort of have 2008-9 in our rearview mirror, for you, was there a highlight and a lowlight of last year for your athletic department?
Well, easy to point to the lowlight, losing all that money. This time last year or maybe a week earlier, we really had enough money to do about everything we wanted with our facilities. And then in the period of about 2 months, we lost $280 million, which I guess the good news is you had that to lose. The bad news is how could you lose $280 million? So we've had to reevaluate our time frame on where we're going to build all the athletic village. So that was the real low point. There are lots of high points. Football had a good season. Basketball, we got a great track season with German Fernandez, the greatest distance runner since Jim Ryan. A lot of great things happen at OSU, not just for athletics, but for the whole university.
You mentioned the building and the facilities. Right now, indoor facility, athletic village. Kind of give us an update on where things stand with those two big projects.
Just basically the economy. When the economy improves and our friends and alumni have money in their pockets that they'd like to give to us, then we'll get out and seriously try to raise the money to build that indoor facility and then take off each one of those other facilities one at a time.
Lastly, I know a guy that you love but has also given you some headaches over the years. Hunter Mahan is playing some great golf right now. What are your feelings about Hunter and the performances that he's had here of late?
Well, I think he's close to finally realizing the potential that he's always had. He's very, very skilled player, got every tool that you would want. He's just been his own worst enemy, and I think maybe he's starting to grow up, mature. He's showed a lot more emotional control on the golf course and had a chance to win a major at the U.S. Open. He's definitely got major championship games, so we'll see what he can do going forward. I'm pretty excited about the British Open, and I'm also excited about Anthony Kim, another young player out there on the tour that has wonderful potential, and it's good that they're both from the state of Oklahoma.
Do you get to watch some golf now, or are you ready for that opener on September 3rd?
I watch a lot more football than golf, I tell you.
All right, thanks, Mike.
All right,